Hello, Mickey. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert over at Zucker Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis. So here we go. I'm going to show you how to make this website of yours, which is beautiful, into something that brings you customers and money. And everything that you need is actually already in the website and just needs some tweaks. It's amazing how this works. I'm going to show you every step along the way. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is that you have a beautiful website. This roof for the Science Pavilion at the Botanical Garden is just amazing. I mean, I want to live in a building like that. You have 100+ years of business, so a lot of cachet in the community, I'm sure. And I'm not so much interested in the aesthetic part of it, because the aesthetic part is sort of like what the painter does at the auto body shop for your car. We're kind of like the mechanics. Making it pretty is what will get somebody to go and get into it. But making it run is something that will bring you more customers and more cash. So I'm going to show you everything I do along the way. This is a paid site that I use. It is a tool to look at the metrics of your website. The next thing I do is I look at a map of the area around you just to get familiar with where you are and some of the smaller communities like Westminster or Lakewood. And then I look at a Google search. And for this, I did Denver, Colorado, commercial roofers, pretty simple. And I'm going to have to tell you a little bit about how Google works in order for you to get where I'm going with this. And that is well, for one, don't you wish you had invested in Google many years ago? I know I do. But they are the gorilla in the search world engine, and they have an algorithm that determines the location of absolutely everything on the web, on their web search, on their results. So right up here in the very top is what we call the map pack, because they are attached to a map. Now, some of these folks might be actually more residential, but because they say they are commercial roofing, that makes it true for Google. Now, this first area here, the map pack, they got there by filling out a Google business profile. Now, it's relatively simple to do. You could do it yourself if you wanted to this afternoon or evening. It's not rocket science, but it does take a certain amount of experience and knowledge to actually get you up here into the map pack. And that's really what the goal is, because and I'm going to scroll down fast. Boom, bump stop right there. These are the related searches. Now, anything above that is where you want to be. And I do not find, let me just make sure. No, I don't see you guys up there. So that means you're somewhere down here, which is not the worst thing, but it's a lot better to be up at the top because somebody on a deadline isn't going to look that far. Now, I'm going to show you that right underneath the map pack is the organic searches. Those are completely and wholly done by the Google algorithm. Now, the algorithm was developed to give its search customers the most relevant results. It has nothing to do with the age or ability of the company. It has nothing to do with the quality of workmanship or materials. It has to do with whether they have a good website or not, because Google is in fact an internet company and they don't care about the rest of that. But they want you to think that they do, and they want you to think that they're putting out a list that is perhaps in order of importance, but it's just in order of the most the website that fulfills the most of the needs of the algorithm. Now, the algorithm is a known thing. We know what it does and what it wants. So getting onto it is not that big of a deal. I'm going to do this first business here, Elite Roofing and Solar, as I'm going to call them your business, your Google competitor. Now, here is their site. Fine. You know, it's a nice site. No comparison, really. I mean, it's an aesthetic choice. I'm not into that. So what I can tell you is this, though. I'm going to go onto your site and I'm going to copy and paste all of the words into this word counter, 538 words. I'm going to do the same with Elite Roofing and Solar. Copy and paste into this other word counter. And they have 728 words. Now, I can tell you that as an algorithm, more wins, because an algorithm, after all, is just a mathematical construct. It looks at all sorts of things and then sort of divides them up and sees which one is more. That's essentially how it decides what is better. Now, 538 does not beat 728, but to be honest, Google wants you, if you want to be a real competitor on their web pages, to have 1,500 words on your home page. Now, you have not gotten that far. You have another 1,000 to go. But it's not hard to do that, because there's all sorts of ways of doing that that are smart. And I'll tell you what I mean by that, because all words are not equal. It is a search engine, so it looks at words primarily. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You have 129 keywords. These are keywords from your industry. I don't know your industry, so I don't know what all the keywords are. I'm going to assume that there's probably more than 129, but I would imagine it has to do with the word roof. It probably has to do with tar, or it probably has, I don't know, TPO, myriad of things, especially in the commercial roofing world. So, but here is your competitors, same keywords, 186. Again, they beat you in that Google competition that was set up. So you want to get your keywords up. I'm going to show you what their keywords are. TPO roofing, commercial roofing, hail damage, elite roof, of course, the name of their company, average roof replacement cost. These are actual searches that somebody has done on Google that ended up on the steps of Elite Roofing. And roofing in Denver, asphalt shingle roofing, all these things that are really industry related. And the interesting thing, though, is that words are singular and plural, and the Google algorithm rewards thoroughness. Now, there is a difference between companies and company, singular and plural. The algorithm doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know that they're essentially the same word, singular and plural. It just knows that it's a different search. So if I were to, search for roofing company, it's a different search than roofing companies. You understand what I'm saying? So essentially what I'm saying to you is that if something is not on your website is not going to come up. It's that simple. So I'm going to show you next what we have in the backlinks area. You have 445 backlinks. They have 32 backlinks. And that is an area that you have won, definitely. And backlink is considered a site that refers back to your site. In other words, if I go to that site, there will be a link back to your site. Like for a home contractor, Angie's List, yellowpages.com. I'm going to show you what they have, because it's always worth. Let me see here. Where's their backlinks? There we go. Referring domains. Sorry. It's always worth keeping on top of things, because all it takes is somebody to do a slight change to their website, and the next thing you know, they pull into the lead. Now, okay, now here they are. They're on business.site, MapQuest, PR.web, Crunchbase, yellowpages.com, porch.com. This old house, a bunch of websites that perhaps you do or do not want to be on. All I can tell you is that you want to be on sites between 70 and 90. You can make up that distance really quickly by being on sites that are rated in the 90s. Oh, wow, what did that happen there? So what I'm telling you is that being on top of this game is really kind of the name of it. And a beautiful website is great, but it only gets people in. You want to get people there. And here is where the rubber meets the road. This is where their placement is on a Google search. Now, that relates to this traffic number. Your traffic last month was 76, and their traffic last month, meaning the number of clicks from a Google search, was 279. Now that is roughly 3.5 times more than your site got, meaning it has 3.5 times more opportunity for an estimate request, 3.5 times more opportunity for a potential customer, 3.5 times more opportunity for money in the pocket. And that's really what it comes down to. You're not just competing in the physical world anymore, you're competing in the virtual world, and indeed in the Google world, which is a whole world unto itself. Now, I'm going to assume that you want to continue doing commercial roofs more than you do wanting to dig into the particulars of your website. So that's where I think Eric might be able to give you a hand. If what I'm telling you makes sense in getting more bang out of your website and out of a Google search is something that's interesting to you, give Eric a call and he would be glad to walk you through the next steps. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.